And I'm Caroline.
We're your hosts, one current
and one former barista.
Turned full-time talkers, here to overanalyze life, laugh at our own chaos, and say what you're probably thinking,
but maybe shouldn't. This podcast started the way most brilliant disasters do, over coffee and a lot of text of we should start a podcast, and a sheer talent of giving advice that we're not qualified to give. Welcome to Expertly Unqualified, the podcast where we have strong opinions, questionable credentials, and just enough caffeine to think that this was a good idea. Each week, we'll dive into topics we had no business discussing, from the little things we overthink to the big things we pretend to understand, all with a little humor, a lot of honesty, and absolutely zero expertise.
And we want you in on it. So send us your questions, hot takes, unpopular opinions, or just your weirdest coffee orders.
So grab your drink, lower your expectations, and let's get expertly unqualified. Welcome to Expertly Unqualified. If you made it through our intro, man, this one's for you. Thank you so much. We're super excited to get started. A little bit of background about us is that we met actually working at Starbucks, and so we thought, what better way to introduce this new podcast by discussing coffee. I feel like coffee brings people together, so we thought, let's start with what your coffee order says about you.
Yes.
With working at Starbucks for so long, there's a few things that can happen. There's probably a few things we could guess. We definitely, we can't say definitely. We probably could guess what you're going to order. Just know we may not know your name, but we know what you order. Honestly, when you go back and ask different baristas, you'll be like, you remember that person who ordered this?
And we may not judge, but we do have questions.
We question a lot. And so that might be one of our main focus points on this pod. We got a lot of questions. We need to find some answers, okay? And for all those things you may see online, I've seen this one video where somebody's like, you're a barista, this is what you experience. We're gonna give you the full experience. And today, we're going to talk about what your coffee order says about you. And we have so much coffee stuff to talk about that we've split it up into multiple episodes. So you're going to have to stay tuned. But we're going to start with what your coffee order says about you. I have notes to prove it, because some of them you might not believe, but it's legit, okay? So let's see. Okay, so sometimes when you order, we question the quantity of things. Sometimes we question what you order at a certain time, and sometimes we just question that there is no way that drink is going to be good. Why are you ordering it?
And then we also question the physics of things, like if you order...
We're women in STEM.
Like, so if you order a large and a small cup, I will have questions.
Yeah, So, we decided to talk about some of the craziest drinks we've ever had to make. And granted, we have years of experience between the two of us as baristas. We even reached out to baristas we used to work with for their craziest orders. You may not think these are real, but they in fact are. We have pictures of the stickers to prove most. Alright, so when you go into a Starbucks and you order a drink, and it either takes a long time or maybe the barista's not in the best mood, this is why. Okay, I had someone order a venti iced white chocolate mocha made with heavy whipping cream instead of the 2% milk that we usually use, and extra whip. I am a math girly. I'm a numbers person, so I just decided to crunch some numbers. Obviously, it's your drink. Treat yourself. Do whatever you want. I just have a couple questions. So I looked up a venti iced white mocha itself. Made regular, so that's 2% milk. That would be 3 shots of espresso. 6 pumps of syrup.
13 ounces of ice.
I promise it's not always 13 ounces of ice. It's just, if we don't like you, you get 13 ounces of ice. Okay, so venti iced white mocha, just made normal as standard, is 24 ounces. It's 3 shots of espresso, 2% milk, 6 pumps of white chocolate syrup, and whipped cream. Okay, so that normally, if you order it completely standard, that's 520 calories, alright? When you decide to make it heavy cream instead of 2% milk, A serving of heavy cream is 1 tablespoon, and that is 50 calories. I guesstimated it was about 20 ounces of heavy whipping cream. It probably is a little bit less with the ice and espresso. That drink was greater than 2,000 calories. 2,000, that's your whole day's worth and more calories. Again, we're just questioning.
Yeah, we're
just, how do you decide that's gonna taste good?
And if, like, you churned it, it would probably
make butter.
You'd probably make a pretty good compound butter, but
I don't know. Holly, what's one of the worst drinks here?
So, there's a name for it, but I don't remember it. So there's a phobia of circles. One time a person came in and ordered a black coffee and asked me to scoop out all of the bubbles and pop all the bubbles off the top of his black coffee because he said that he was scared of the circles.
All right. You don't hear about that every day.
If you remember the phobia of circles, comment, let us know. Yeah, that was one of the weirder ones. So I had to go every day, scoop out all of the circles or all the bubbles out of his black
coffee. Would you open up the lid to see if they're...
So, like, when you pour out of my coffee, like, like air gets in, get some, like, bubbles on the corner. But no, he would take off the lid and check every time.
Interesting.
No circles for him. None.
All right. So at least with the ice white mocha or the black coffee that we're talking about, like, those are pretty normal drinks, just changed a little bit. Someone came through, I hope it was a dare, a frozen pineapple lemonade refresher with a shot of espresso.
No, I've done that to be mean to people before. Like, I mean, my coworkers, obviously not customers.
Right.
Not good. Not good.
The pineapple lemonade already is very sweet and really not that good. And then they add a shot of espresso. It's just like, what is
so acidic already, and just adding espresso to acidic juice. So bad. So bad.
Some of my top runners as well. Alright. We can also tell when you have a free drink. This one definitely was a free drink. Trenta iced green tea with vanilla sweet cream cold foam, chocolate cream cold foam, matcha cold foam, 2 pumps of chai, 10 scoops of matcha, extra whole milk, extra non-fat, and vanilla sweet cream.
That was more than once, too. I've made that before.
You've made it before?
Yeah, no, that person came in, like, on a regular basis, yeah.
How does all that taste good? You got vanilla, you got matcha. I mean, matcha and green tea together, I think I've seen that a couple times. Then you got chocolate, then you got chai, then you got whole milk and non-fat, and it's just...
And then how do you layer multiple different types of cold foam?
They all just blend together.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. The other things I question. When you get a mocha and add 5 sugars to it. Mocha is already so sweet. I am a sweets person to my core. I love sweets. That is like rotting your teeth. I don't even know. It's just so sweet. Same thing when someone orders a white mocha but with no espresso.
Or a hot chocolate with espresso, but they don't want a mocha. That's unacceptable. The ingredients are the same, but the name's different.
You can't do it.
No, that's not okay. That's not okay at all.
The other thing is when people put so many pumps of different syrup. Okay? I can understand, like, this is my thought process when I'm going into a coffee shop and want to try something new. I'm probably going to try the standard drink first, right? See if I like it. If it's a little too strong, maybe I'll ask for another pump or 2 of syrup. If it's too sweet, you're going to ask them to get rid of some of that. How do you decide to add 7 different flavors together?
Yeah.
How do you, what makes you, I would not be paying that much money to have a science experiment in a cup to be like, I think it will taste good.
And how many different times have you had to experiment?
How much money did you have to spend to do that?
How long did it decide?
This was another one. An iced blonde vanilla latte, light ice with ristretto shots, 2 pumps of brown sugar, 2 pumps of sugar-free vanilla, 3 pumps of chai, 2 pumps of toffee. That is 9 pumps of flavoring. I don't get it. We want to know, if you add a lot of pumps to your coffee, do you even like coffee? This question goes through my brain.
And then, there's some drinks that just, I don't even know how you get the idea for them. adding mocha sauce to mango dragon fruit lemonades, or adding mocha sauce to just regular lemonade. So who came up with the idea to add chocolate syrup to lemonade?
Chocolate and lemon? I don't think those go together. Same thing when people order like TikTok drinks, right?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if it's that. So we don't care if you come in and you're like, can you make this? It's probably not on our menu, which is fine. I've had someone pull up to the drive-thru and literally show me their phone with the recipe. And I'm like, yeah, we can make that, but I don't know what a lavender haze drink is. Like, that's not on the menu.
And like, it's okay if you just show us a picture of a ticket or of a sticker. Like, we're totally okay with that. Or just hand us a piece of paper. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
But like, if you pull up and say, hi, I'm in the drive-thru. Can you please watch this TikTok on my phone? No, I cannot watch a talk.
I guess I didn't realize this, but when you go through the drive-thru, we can see you ordering. Okay, we can see you into your car. We can also hear everything going on in your car, whether that's phone calls, you screaming at your kids to stop talking. I mean, music sometimes, and that's awesome. Sometimes we're like jamming up to your music. So technically, yeah, you could show us a bit. We're not gonna be able to we won't be able to see it. But and then when you order, everyone who has a headset on can hear you. So just be aware of that next time.
So you can lie, but we'll know. We'll know.
There's definitely more drinks out there, and for all former and current baristas, we want to hear from you. What are some of the craziest drinks you had to make? You're probably sitting there at home, drinking your own coffee, or maybe you're in the drive-thru at Starbucks right now, and you're wondering, well, I always have a usual coffee order. I stick to the same thing, and you want to know what it means. So we're here to break it down for you. We chose some of our favorites, not in the sense of our favorite thing to drink, but some of the classic ones that really have a meaning to what your coffee order says about you. So we're gonna break them down in a couple of things. So Holly, if you order just a black coffee, what does that say about you?
You're no nonsense, and maybe your personality, or you may just like it.
Right. You're all business.
All business.
You're here for the caffeine.
You're here for the taste.
Right. Low-cal, you're like,
let's
got somewhere to go, you gotta get all that energy
Uh-huh.
out. Fun fact, the drink that has the most caffeine out of all the Starbucks drinks is a venti blonde roast.
And it's also one of the cheapest, too.
Yeah, so we're saving money and giving you more caffeine. Alright, how about a skinny vanilla latte? And for those who don't know, skinny just means it's made with non-fat milk and sugar-free syrup.
I'm laughing because I drink these. So, let's see. You're a power mom. I'm not a mom, but
in most cases, it's a power mom.
Yeah, that is a power mom. Like, your kid is going to be so successful. You're on top of everything. You probably have color-coded binders. That's not me, though. Trust me, that's not me.
Holly's the exception to this. We're talking about everybody else. It's like, you're up, you're at 'em, you just put it in the load of laundry, you just drop your kid off at soccer. So now you're hanging out with your mom friends at the coffee shop, catching up, and then you got a to-do list to figure out, to fill out, to get one child from here to there, and yeah, you're just doing it with style.
Oh yeah.
Alright, I have on my piece of paper, strawberry refresher, but I should preface, a venti strawberry acai, light ice, no berries, add peach juice, raspberry as well.
What do you mean? You don't have raspberry anymore.
No, we do not.
What do you mean?
Who's ordering that?
So, if you're just ordering a normal strawberry refresher, yeah, they're delicious. They're totally fine. But the strawberry acai with light ice, no berries, that's it, thanks. Oh yeah, can I get lemonade and peach juice? You are a teenage girl.
Or yeah, junior high. Well,
yeah.
You're not yet into the coffee world. Mm-hmm. You gotta get your refresher. It's got a little caffeine. It's got a little, it's a little pick-me-up. It's a little nice sweet treat for you.
You might be in college, but I will say you are girly pop slay.
That's the truth. Yeah. We get a lot of those.
Alright, so now I have a couple for you, too.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
So, here, let's go into this.
Okay.
What does it say if you're ordering a Frappuccino at 6:15 a.m.?
Okay, so I would open, right? And like the minute we've opened, customers would come and order a Frappuccino.
Yeah.
I feel like you're either just coming off working night shift or, yeah, probably that.
Yeah.
And you're just like, you know what? It's been a long day. I need a little treat. I need a tiny bit of caffeine. And just treat yourself. Or it's the opposite where it's like, I'm going to get coffee today. I hate to break it to you, a Frappuccino is not coffee. But again, you do you.
But yeah, I used to work on a college campus, and it would be like that SpongeBob meme. Oh boy, it's 5 a.m. Time for a Krabby Patty. But we had a regular who would come in, and then he would show up when, like, we would come 30 minutes before open, so he would just park his car in the drive-thru until we were open to get a venti vanilla bean Frappuccino every day at 4 in the morning. Every day.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Again, how do you decide you're going to drink it that early in the morning? Like, what?
Yeah.
I want to know the people who wake up and they're like, yes, basically a milkshake. I mean, that'd be nice, I guess.
That would be nice. All right. So next, iced coffee. What does it say about you?
Okay, let's see. So iced coffee, I feel like people have different opinions about it. Depending on where you go, I guess I'll say a few different things. Iced coffee used to come with classic syrup. So if you used to just get iced coffee with classic, no milk or cream, you're like, your business. You're like, I don't have time to wait for this hot coffee to cool off. Give me my caffeine and give it to me now. The other people who order iced coffee is that they don't realize that we have cold brew, which is definitely superior to the iced coffee.
Yeah.
And you don't frequently visit Starbucks, so you make the mistake of ordering iced coffee. Iced
coffee doesn't taste as good, and it has less caffeine.
Yeah. It's probably about the same price, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You're, not feeling a latte, you just want all the business.
But you just have it straight at chugging temperature already.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So next up, what does it say about you? Vanilla sweet cream cold brew with extra vanilla sweet cream.
All right. You like having a go-to drink. You need some caffeine. You can't do black cold brew just straight, and that's understandable. Kind of bitter. But then you want like a little bit of sweetness. But then you gotta add more. You're I love coffee, but you really don't like coffee person.
I always ordered this vanilla sweet cream cold brews before I worked at Starbucks. Partially because I was like too scared to like learn anything else on the menu.
Those are good. But if you gotta add the extra, you really don't like the taste of coffee. Some other things to note that you might find interesting as a barista. If you ask us to put sugar in your drink and then you don't specify which type of sugar and you say, whatever, more likely than not, you may be getting one of each sugar in your drink. We had someone come through and they ordered like a grande pipe with some sugar in it, and he wanted 4 sugars. I said, well, what type of sugar do you want? Because, I've got Splenda and raw sugar and just plain old sugar. And he's like, it doesn't matter. So one of the baristas put one of each sugar in it. Additionally, if you're rude or just get annoying, you may have decaf in your cup.
We're not saying it happens.
No.
But we're saying
that it may happen.
Yes.
Or may have happened.
It could happen to someone somewhere
Somehow.
at some point in time in history.
We heard it from the grapevine, so.
Yeah. But I will be honest, if you're nice, you'll get so many more free things. So many more.
That is so true. So true. Alright, well, while we're wrapping it up, we're super excited to tell you about one of our sections that will be in every single episode. And don't think that all of our episodes are going to be about coffee. We just thought it'd be a great start. Okay? There will be more episodes about coffee. If you want to hear even more about coffee, if you haven't had enough, please let us know. We could talk about it for days.
If you want to know coffee fun facts, I'm full of them.
We're also full of coffee, so we might be all over the place, but it's fine. So we're going to end all of our episodes with a section called our unqualified rant. We have prepared a special rant for every episode. It may be related to the episode topic, but maybe not. But today, it definitely is related. In addition to the rant, we'll give you some expert advice. Again, we have a lot of opinions, but not all of the credentials. Take it as it is, alright? Okay, the unqualified rant for today is you need to stop having the person sitting in the passenger seat ordering through the drive-thru. Okay. Here's what happens 99% of the time. Okay, Holly, you want to pretend you're at the window? I'm driving my car.
Hi, thanks for choosing Starbucks. What can I get started for you today?
Alright, I'm going to pretend to be the passenger.
Hi, thanks for choosing Starbucks. What can I get started for you today?
Yeah, thank you. I would like a...
And then meanwhile, I'm still thinking they hadn't heard me. So, I'm really so sorry about that. Could you speak up a little bit louder?
And then the driver would be like, can she please have a venti pink drink, light ice? Oh my gosh. Okay. So, one of two things. Don't have a passenger order because we won't be able to hear you. You're always mumbling, and they're going to have to ask you 4 times probably to figure out what the heck you want. When the driver could just say it so nicely, and we could get it the first time. The other thing you could do, some people are pros at this, I do have to say. Mm-hmm. You need to, scream your order.
Yeah, so if you scream it, or if you stick, your entire body across the driver, that's totally okay.
Totally fine. And the other thing is, I think it's really cute when husbands or boyfriends come through the drive-thru and they're like, I'm so sorry, my wife gave me an order. I'm going to read it to you. I don't know what it is. And then they go to read it, and it's like a vanilla sweet cream cold brew. And you're like, yeah, got you. And they're like, oh, thank you. One time there was this grandpa who had a loose leaf piece of paper, and he was reading off all of his grandchildren's orders, and it was the cutest thing. So definitely do that.
And don't be scared to order something that you think is too girly if you're a man, because let me tell you, men are less afraid of calories. They're the ones ordering the frappuccinos and the pink drinks.
Yeah.
Go, sounds delicious.
And that is the rant. So don't have the passenger order unless you're going to be ridiculously loud and we're going to be able to hear you.
We have not invested that much into our microphone technology to be able to hear you.
Our coffees cost $12 a piece, but we still can't afford good audio systems. It's fine. It's fine. And here is some expert advice. First of all, for all the people who like dirty chais, a dirty chai is either an iced or hot chai, and you add espresso to it. It's very tasty. For those of you who like those, usually what you'll end up doing is ordering a chai and then say add a shot of espresso, and it's gonna cost you $1 or $2 extra to be adding those shots of espresso. So here's the tip. All right, listen up. When ordering a dirty chai, just order a regular latte, iced or hot, whatever way you like it, with whatever milk you want, and then add chai flavoring. You're not going to be charged the extra espresso shots because they already come in the latte, and we can just add the chai flavoring to the latte. When somebody asks where you learned this, you didn't learn it from us.
And you can save over $2 by doing this too.
I know. I've had so many people where you're like, order it this way. That's what you gotta do. You want to talk about how you can get free refills?
Yeah, so now we don't even require the app. You can get... Yeah, seriously.
Wow.
So you can get free refills for hot or iced coffees, teas, cold brews. It's not like everything. You can't get a honey citrus mint tea. But if you stay in the cafe the entire time, you can get free refills on your drinks.
That's awesome. And you can, for your first drink, you can order whatever you want. Mm-hmm. You could get a refresher, you could get a frappuccino, whatever. And then your second drink would just have to fall into one of those categories with the tea or the cold brew or coffee. And it's not just black coffee or black cold brew. You can still add flavoring and milk and cream and stuff. You just wouldn't be able to do a latte.
Yeah, so it's actually relatively pretty affordable to hang out in the Starbucks and just get refills while you work.
Yeah, it's actually really nice. I did that when I was studying in college. I would go get one drink, and then when I go to leave, take another with me. What was the last thing we were going to say? Okay, here's how to get a barista to love you. How to properly order your drink. Okay, you're first going to give... We have some people actually come through the drive-thru, and they're like, how should I order this properly? Okay, this is going to help your baristas out a bunch. Former and current baristas, we want to hear from you. Say what. First start with what size you want. I want a grande, and then say the drink. I'd like a grande, then say whether you want it hot or iced. And then you can give all the customizations. We will have people who will come in and order. I would like a non-fat, no-whip, extra pump, hot mocha. And then you have to be like, well, what size? Do you want it hot or iced? And then you have to try and remember all of the customizations that they said first. So again, you want to do the size, the type of drink, whether it's hot or iced. Obviously, a frappuccino is going to be blended, so you won't have to say that. And then any customizations of milk, syrups, anything you could add.
But yeah, and at other restaurants too, definitely try doing it by ordering the menu item before the customizations.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because we can at least look at the customizations before we put in the drinks. But in high school, I worked at a pizza place, and you can't even look at the customizations until you pick a menu item first.
What do you want?
But yeah, and if you can order your whole order without us having to ask a single question, we think you're a barista. Or you're just perfect.
You know how to order. Thank you for joining us. We will see you guys next Sunday for a new episode.
Thanks for listening to our first episode, and excited to have more. All right, that's a wrap on our episode of Expertly Unqualified. If you stuck around this long,
you're either extremely loyal, extremely bored, or extremely caffeinated. Either way, we love that for you.
Make sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts and leave a review if you laughed, related, or were personally attacked by something we said. Find new episodes and more on our website, thepodmates.com.
And don't forget, follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Expertly Unqualified. Send us your stories, questions, or weird hot takes. You might just hear them on a future episode.
We are, as always,
Expertly Unqualified. Conversation's so fun, you'll forget we have no idea what we're doing.
This was a Podmates production.